You have a camera on me? Always. As always. The fifth king asked, can you read what was in my heart? The bronze replied, jealousy. I think we missed one of those, right? I think we were only up to 3. But yes, you guys are amazing. Amazing, amazing. Awesome possum possums. This protein shake's pretty good, actually. It doesn't have as much protein as I would like in it, but it's only like 20 grams. It's kind of rainy. Fired up. Oh. What weapon is this? Hers, maybe? Yes. I wish it was easier to switch between parties. If I could either like flip a button and switch to another 3 would be awesome. I think I would definitely probably switch more if it did do that. Then I could just like bounce between the like 3 parties, like do 3 parties, have like just match make 3 of them together. I don't think there's anything hidden in this level or not. Can you read what's in my heart? Bronze replied, suspicion. Am I going to remember all these? I'm going to have to just Google it. I want to write any of these down.
Time to
I
fight.
can't just write any of these down. I wonder if I could. Let me check some real quick. Let me just bigger. Yes, I can. Okay.
Void Edge! You see the afterlife?
Heal arrow!
What? Nothing.
There, how's that?
Maelstrom!
These guys do so little damage. I'm kind of surprised. I can see why some people think this game's really easy. I'm not sure what they changed in like the PS3 version compared to the Xbox. I know they said they made it harder, but I don't know. Like if they made it harder, like by making the bosses harder, because the enemies still seem really weak. It's just like the bosses that feel so rough. They feel so rough. It's like you just like get your booty kicked constantly. Suspicion Island. Suspicious, suspicious. Is there nothing out here? Guess not. I keep on checking these pots. There has not been anything in a single one of these pots, but we're gonna still keep checking just in case. You know? Well, my luck would like not check all the pots and then one would be something that we miss. I guess we'd never know unless we looked it up. Man, it's such a chill game. Kind of makes me want to play Shadow Hearts again. I wish I could find like the third Shadow Hearts. I should have bought it. Really stinks a lot of games, you know, like I had access to and I had a chance to buy when they were like somewhat cheap, but now they're got so expensive. I mean, I think they'll only get worse. That's expensive, you know. I'd love to have like a big video game collection. So I think with those discs do basically have an expiration date, and it's getting really close for expiration dates like on games. I'm guessing that's the right way because it does have that guy. But that's not what we want. I think it's the only one here, right? I think there's like a lot of them, but this one takes us back to where we started, right? Yeah. These sound like collecting cars or something. That seems like such an expensive hobby, right? Collecting cars. I can collect Hot Wheels, maybe. I do have a decent amount of Hot Wheels, which my kid keeps on opening. We always like have a tradition at Christmas where my mom always gave us Hot Wheels growing up, like all the kids. We all got Hot Wheels. Can you read what's in my heart? LeBron's applied distress. Maybe it's one of these somewhere.
You better just
Right,
back
trigger.
off.
Phantom Wave! Your end is near.
Take that. Heal arrow. There. How's that?
Not much to you, huh?
Suspicious Island again. The 16 desk can you see what's in my heart as before the pride, suspicion. Thank you for the hydrate. Thanks for keeping me moist, chat. I appreciate you. Today we have a protein shake for breakfast, right? I didn't put enough protein in it, but I've been trying to buy more stuff. Yes, it could be weird if I did like a donation go for the kiddo. I kind of like want to get her a tutor for this summer because she's a little bit behind in school. It's decently expensive is why it's so expensive. It's like $1,000 was when I seen. I'm hoping like it seems so crazy to me. Why are tutors so expensive? Maybe looking to get a cheaper one, I guess. Sincerity. I'll enter it for right? Yeah, it's like $1,000 for like 18 weeks, which is like 3 months, which isn't horrible, honestly. It's not horrible. It just seems like a lot because it's a lot of money at one time. If I could pay like installments or something, it wouldn't be so bad. It really sucks like caring for kiddos, you know, like education. Like
Olga, my dear, I knew you would be coming sooner or later.
Huh? How do you know my name?
It's certainly been a long time, hasn't it? I can't quite remember how many years has it been since last I saw you. It feels like it could have been only yesterday, but I suppose it also could have been hundreds of years ago.
You know her? No, I don't. I'm sorry, have we met somewhere before?
Not somewhere, my dear. We've met before right here in this very place. Because you're the only person who can draw a fortune here.
We met here, but this is the first time I've ever been to this place. Excuse me, ma'am, but how is it that you know about me?
My dear, I'm afraid you wouldn't understand even if I explained it to you. And even if you knew everything, you cannot change fate now. And I see you arrived here right on schedule. I suppose you must not have encountered any particular trouble this time. Oh my. Well, now what have we here? I never expected to see you here.
Ma'am? You mind explaining what you're doing here in the first place? I mean, don't tell me that waiting here for Polka to show up is all you ever do.
First, Polka is going to draw a fortune of bad luck.
Wait, you actually know what fortune she's gonna draw before she does it?
Yes, I know very well. You see, my job is to witness whether or not she ties that fortune to the sacred tree.
The sacred tree?
The tree standing right behind this fortune-telling hut.
yes, I can.
Its real name is the cello tree. It has stood on this land for thousands and thousands of years. For the tree, it's as if time is always standing still, for it never grows any taller, but neither does it ever wither. And that is why the people who live in this land have come to call it the sacred tree. They think it blessed because it doesn't age. Now, Polka, go ahead, draw your fortune. You will know soon enough whether what I have told you is the truth or not.
What do you think? Are you gonna do it? This whole thing is kind of weird.
I'll do it. I'll draw one. There's no way she could know what I'm gonna draw before I do it. That doesn't make any sense. No one knows what they're gonna get before they draw. That's why people can have hope for the future.
We'll see, right? Sacred portrait. Yeah, At least it's the only thing fortune in there.
Excellent. Now then, my dear, go over to the sacred tree, and if it is indeed a bad fortune, tie it to one of the branches of the tree. Doing so will drive away the bad luck. That's settled. Now, as for you, there is no need for you to draw a fortune, is there? I should think not, for your destiny lies in a place that is far beyond our reach. Even so, I am fairly certain that we must have you see this part through to the very end. Go with her.
Madam, are you saying that following her will somehow decide my fate?
Weren't you listening to me? No one of this world could possibly know what your destiny holds.
All right.
Come on, let's all go.
You may not,
What? Why not?
because the rest of you are different. You exist within the boundaries of destiny.
Boundaries of destiny?
Those who exist within the boundaries are not permitted to ever see its form.
You're saying that he and Polka are different from us?
That is correct.
Huh. Yeah, well, I'm not buying it.
I want to go too.
Dear me, how utterly pointless.
Oh, Frederick.
The old woman told me I should see this through to the end.
Oh, she did? All right then. I'm gonna open it. What's this?
But it's just blank.
Like,
And all of the fortunes tied to the tree are bad luck. I wonder, could a blank one mean what I think it does? That this world really is just my...
This is it. This is what I can do to help the world. No matter what. I guess there's no escaping it.
What's wrong?
Oh man, you opened it up already? Well, what did it say? What is this, a joke? It's blank. Wow, there sure are a lot more up there. Yikes, and all the fortunes are bad luck. Hey, do you think that's why that old lady said she knew what was gonna happen? Anyway, it looks like she was totally wrong when she said that thing about you being the only person who can draw a fortune here.
Allegretto, I'm not so sure.
What's the matter? Aw, come on, don't take it so seriously. I guess picking a blank fortune is kinda weird. But face it, it's way better than getting a bad luck one.
Oh,
Hey, let's head back and talk to that old lady again. We can tell her intuition was 100% wrong.
he's right. This isn't a bad luck fortune, not yet. Frederick, I think I should try having faith in this fortune. Things will be different from now on, and I'll wait. I won't resort to that until the last possible moment.
So it's all up to me. To do something to change this world. Something to save Polka. But how? What am I supposed to do?
to save Polka. Polka? She sounds like a Pokemon, doesn't she? Poka poka choo. Poka poka. Make a wish come true up again and I wish poka. Jeez, what am I doing? This stupid. Let's get going. Fire sinks mirror. This game seems always kind of off for my flickers a decent amount. I did upgrade my internet thingy. Or switch. Elbow lights. I'm listening to OBS. Alright. I'm really bad about rereading stuff in chat. And not. I did check off and on to make sure I didn't miss anything though. Kinda easy sometimes to miss chat messages. I think our next break might get water and stuff. Or our next thing. Hey, is that you, Jazz? It is you. Well, of all the things, I didn't think you were still alive. I was sure that you'd done in during the rebellion, but... So you survived. Falsetto too, thank goodness. But as for the mountain... Situation at Fourth Day site has gotten much worse since then. The increased surveillance and the work has gotten brutal. The men are dropping like flies. To tell the truth, some of the mines are still angry with there. By the way, what did you come back here for? No, on second thought, don't tell me. You've got your reasons, I'm sure. If you're hanging up the mountain's best prepared, I don't have anything special, but buy what you need. Blood of the chief. Okay, now to equip all this stuff. I'm not sure which characters they want to use. They're gonna make us use, so we just bought everything. We have enough money that it doesn't really matter at the moment. It might eventually. Now we need the rest, which I don't think we really need the rest, but anyways. We'll do it anyways. Be careful. We will be. Thank you. We will be the most careful. This isn't now seems worth. I think I paid like I got 1 year free when I bought this. Okay, let's see. Where are we at?
I'm gonna pound you fair and square. Have a nice nap.
Heal arrow!
Don't get careless. We're not done yet.
rush into battle.
I remember drinking this cup sideways. I literally just put it like on my forehead. Because I got stuck on the little cap thingy.
Have a nice nap.
That's a lot of HP.
You people don't understand. Maelstrom! How's that?
Void Age!
Not much to you, huh?
What's up to you, eh?
You better back off. Void Egg! See the afterlife?
Take that! Take that! Bone crumble! You don't look so good.
Phantom Wave! Void Egg! You're all washed up.
You're all washed up.
Time to fight or die.
Void Egg! See the afterlife?
Take that! You're a mess.
You're a mess. He does a lot of damage. You can keep him like, keep her far enough back.
Time to
Very
fight or
much.
die.
Very okay.
Void Egg! Have a nice nap.
There, how's that?
You people don't understand. Maelstrom!
Oh, I missed the second guy.
There, how's that?
Who doesn't want a tentacle hook, right?
Maelstrom! Haven't you had enough yet?
White dagger!
Dang it! Made a mistake there.
We're as tough as they come.
Stuff as they come. There's got a lot of big dungeons in this game. I don't know if I know all these enemies. might regret it, honestly. I don't get much experience though,
Don't take all
honestly.
day. Have a nice nap. Take this.
Magma Pillar! Do you think that did it?
You people don't understand.
Maelstrom!
Jazz is so strong, honestly.
Alright, let's keep moving forward.
With how his sword attacks, you can get his like special attack every single time, which is pretty impressive. There we go. I always almost forget to do the items. I'm glad I thought about that. I always forget that you have to do that in this game. This is where Tanner and I parted ways. I remembered it well. The tide had been turned against us and retreat was our only option. I thought we'd be safe if we could just make it to Baroque. I was such a fool. No sooner had we crossed the border than Forte's army came pouring through right after us. We finally made it to this cave. This is the spot where those of us who remain banded together to make our final stand. I still haven't forgotten Tanner's words. Having made up my mind to fight to the death, they weren't easy words for me to hear. I felt as if it had been torn apart. But in order to carry out Tanner's wishes, Bass and I turned our backs on blood and sand and left the mountain behind. Sanchez. If you could do it over again, would you? I'm sorry. Should be. It's a very hard question to ask. We could never turn back time. Even if such a thing were possible, I wouldn't want to. Because it would only be a negation of the choices made by the friends who died along the way. You're right. Nothing wrong? No, it's nothing. No, it's nothing.
I'm gonna pound you fair and square. Have a nice nap.
Try a little harder.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
Yes!
Evil strike. Guessing that's a dark one. Strung out with an evil arrow at that range. Try that one out.
Don't take all day.
Oh, that mess up there, dude. I don't think it's okay.
No good.
Have a nice nap.
Heal arrow! There, how's that?
That's
We
so
won't
much
be
damage.
stopped.
So much damage. Extra water damage.
Anything can be cut.
Nice, another level for him. Although we can keep this party. Or no name. Is no name a name or no? Oh, I forgot my faith does not exist. That's dramatic. No name.
Sorry, but I'm not going to go easy on you.
See the afterlife?
Maelstrom!
Jeez.
You paid dearly for that.
Which way is the right way and the wrong way? There's two ways here we can go. I want to go the route that's not the right way. They might just go to the same spot. I don't know.
Don't get cocky. Have a nice nap.
Heal arrow! There, how's that?
Don't get careless. We're not done yet.
I'm too indecisive in games sometimes about backtracking and like figure out. Both these routes seem like really far.
Ready or what? Let's get started.
That's away. Your end is near.
Take that!
No good.
Descend. Take this.
Magma Pillar! Don't get careless. We're not done yet.
Don't get careless. I don't know which one's the right way and which one's the wrong way. There's so many choices here.
Ah, that's cheating.
I've yet to be able to counter very well. Because if you counter at the wrong time, it doesn't count.
Your end is near.
These guys getting so much attack time.
Heal arrow! There, how's that?
Do you think that did it?
I think these guys attack us from the back and they got a slight edge up on us in this battle.
Heal arrow! There, how's that?
You people don't understand. Maelstrom! All right, let's keep moving forward.
I think that path over there takes us back to the way we started. I can't like move here because the wind's blowing us like weird here.
Don't ever rush into
But I don't know, maybe we can open the chest from the other side and even like check before we try to move.
Have a nice nap.
Take that! Heal arrow! There, how's that?
You people don't understand. Maelstrom!
Maelstrom!
You paid dearly for that.
Big paper fan. There we go. Acquired antelope armor. Wonder who that's for. At 3%. Defense goes down a lot. Is it a lot or what? Not really. I wonder if I should use it for... Actually, let's put on the other guy. Yeah. He's already got 1 HP. Jeez Louise, there's so many enemies. Acquired Sunbringer? I'll tell you, that could be really good. Like, with the other armor. Let's do it that way then. That does more damage to dark than if he's in dark all the time. That's pretty smart.
Hey, don't look away from me!
Don't look away from me.
Have a nice nap.
Take that! Heal arrow! There, how's that?
You paid dearly for that.
It could be a really OP thing though. Doing something that's good against dark, but also like causing them to always be in dark.
So, how about we go around?
I don't know why those things ain't attacking us. I mean, it's fine, I guess, but it's kind of weird. Oh, missed it.
Have a nice nap.
Take that! There, how's that?
Maelstrom! How's that?
I messed that one up.
What did you think?
What do you think? I'm trying to think if I want to go like down this path over here or go all the way up and see if that's the right direction or not. I don't know. These guys are gonna check first because they attacked us from behind. That's what I think.
See the afterlife?
White dagger!
No, I messed up and pushed the wrong button. I need to change that attack. I need to change that one.
Not yet.
Void Edge! Have a nice nap.
There, how's that?
You can't win if you think too much.
Man, those things do so much damage. That's a problem with trying to dodge them though. It's like, if they sneak up behind you, they get to attack first. A lot of times they get to hit 2 or 3 times by the time you get to attack once.
Don't take all day. Phantom Wave! Not bad.
Your time's up.
Burn away to nothing. Heat
Really. Harmony chain? I don't know what harmony
Don't
chain
get
means.
careless. We're not done
Or
yet.
what I'm supposed to do when it says I don't know if I'm supposed to do something when it says harmony chain. Or what. I always get confused on that part of the game. That part of the bonus system.
Don't think, just attack. You mustn't hesitate.
Void Edge! See the afterlife?
Try a little harder.
Hey, I'm still growing, you know.
I swear to shoulder the burden of this sword.
Excuse me. Alright, device that's just ordinary travel. Which direction would you take home? Perhaps the Scorpions will take where you need to go. So this begins. We just need to get an A. I don't really care about S. Dang. Man, we've gotten S on every one of these things so far. I'll tell you what, listen to all of this, I feel like I don't have any kind of music taste. Cause a lot of these sound decent to me, but he said they sound awful. I think I messed up. I didn't realize I had some of these marked up from before. Oh my gosh, bro. This guy's so picky. Like, literally all he's given me so far is F's. We didn't even have like one close. Come on, just give me one A, bro. Just one A. One A. Thanks, Jana. Boo! I can't believe I was like unlucky I'm with this one. butt face. Hey Phil, how you doing, lovely? After what we feel.
Hi there!
Hi there! What's up, Evie? How's the lovely Evie today? Hey, boopsie boops. I'm good getting a second shot today. Ooh, good luck. It's awesome. Good to see all these people getting vaccinated. But how was your stream, Evie? Welcome on in. I hope everybody's doing well today. Welcome to the stream. If you're new, I am Cussa Boops. I played a variety of games. Right now we're playing music. This guy's just a poo-face poo-head. Sorry for my language, chat, but sometimes you just gotta say it. Stream was good. Ooh, I did something wrong there. Can you just change your name to Evie? So it's a lot easier to shout out. That'd be awesome, right? Try again. Haven? Ooh, what's that about? Haven's became a really popular name for kids. Oh my gosh, this guy's so annoying. An actually pretty good romance in it? Sounds interesting. I'll have to catch your stream of it. You ain't beat it yet, right? I didn't get back into checking out streams and games. Ooh, finally a B! We need an A, but we'll take a B, you know? That's better than what we've been getting, right? One more stream of it. It's my only game. Rest of the week is near remakes now since I finished the Dragon Guards. How closely are those games connected? I was thinking about playing near, but I didn't know if I wanted to play through the Dragon Guard games first. Ooh, and hey, we finally did it, chat! We were so quiet, I thought my stream had failed? You were so quiet? What do you mean quiet? Do I need to talk louder? Is that what you want? Hello, hello, what's up, what's up? Hello, hello, Overkill, welcome, welcome. We have strength will, you won't lose sight of your destination. Sunlight cards? Wait, that's not what we wanted. That's not what we boopin' wanted. I thought did we need to get the S there? Boopin', boopin'. That's what, you can just look up ending E to Dragon Guard 1, that's what connects to near. Okay. So what you recommend? Just look up the thing, okay. How you doing today, Overkill? Now to remember that. I also need to look up what... Troy mentioned something, didn't he? No, it wasn't Troy, it was. Trigger fire here. Let me copy that. Write the stuff down so Boopsy doesn't boop and forget. That's a boop and forgetful. Yeah, I appreciate when people are knowledgeable about games. If you guys want a tip about streaming, if you want to know what to improve on, knowing more about your game is always good, you know?
Well, are you ready or what? Let's get started.
Knowing like a little bit of background stuff.
Have a nice nap.
Take that.
If you look up anything, it kind of spoils Nero, does it? It's kind of weird.
You paid dearly for that.
Maybe it's time to upgrade.
You guys ever feel like some games just make stuff way too complicated? It's like, you know, it's like, man, it's so booping complicated. So booping complicated. Like, sometimes I just want to be able to play a game without, like, having to, like... It's kind of like Kingdom Hearts, right? Kingdom Hearts is so complicated to play. It's so complicated. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with Kingdom Hearts. Like, I love the game, but good gosh. Hush, gosh, bagosh. It's so confusing at times. Until I get there, yeah. No, you're like, you probably won't remember by the time you get there anyways, so...
Have a nice nap.
Take that. Hawkeye. Get going.
Maelstrom! Haven't you had enough yet?
What did you expect?
Yeah, I played, like, I remember playing the first Drakengard, but I don't remember if we ever beat the first Drakengard, honestly. I honestly don't remember. But we appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, beautiful people. Much love, much boops, and hope you guys have enjoyed watching this stream so far. It's been a lot of fun. We haven't made a lot of progress today. These fun getting sidetracked, but we appreciate you guys. I don't know how I feel with the games with like a lot of endings. Especially like when there's not like a quote unquote true ending.
Have a nice nap.
You don't look so good.
Away. Whirlwind! You want more?
You guys are awesome. If you like what you see, you can hit the like, follow, subscribe button, whatever button you like to use. All the buttons. Oops.
Heal arrow. There. How's that?
You people don't understand. Maelstrom!
That's kind of the goal, I think, a lot of these games, which is getting harder and harder to do, is just avoid all spoilers and go in completely fresh. Completely fresh. Wait, what? I thought... Was it that far back? I don't remember. I thought we could just, like, walk back. There are two canon, ending A leads to Drakengard 2, ending E leads to Nier. So, like, alternate dimension type things. But we appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, much beautiful. I love your faces. If you like what you see, hit the like, follow, all the subscribe button, whatever you want to do. Marker. You guys are great. Love your faces.